This is where the fun begins.
Stanley, yeah, Stanley would be cool. Yeah, let us chat. That's actually a really fun idea. Who's your dream? Who's your like dream dinner? Like, if you could do a dinner with anybody and just get to ask them questions for a couple hours, who would be your person?
So you're saying there's a chance?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, guys, we've been joking about the Anna thing, man. It's never happening, bro.
Scarlett, okay.
Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah, that's kind of fun. Dale Earnhardt, okay, interesting.
Anna over Scarlett.
Oh, Dougie Jones says you. Oh, Dougie, stop, but don't go on. Taylor Swift, okay.
Gina Carano, nah, bro, she's with Jay.
I bet actually Gina's honestly a super interesting person from what I've heard. So,
oh yeah, I'd love to hang out with her.
She'd be a cool chill, 100%.
Love to hang out with her, man. Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah. But Jay would never let anyone else near her, so
yeah,
he gets jealous.
Somebody said Dion. That's kind of funny.
Yeah, I've already me and Dion talk, so I mean, for sure we're gonna meet up eventually. Avril Lavigne, that'd be cool.
Avril Lavigne, that's interesting.
Peyton List, she's dating my boy. She's dating my boy Jacob. So, no.
Tolkien would be a great one. Oh cool. Yeah, that'd be incredible.
Sylvester Stallone would be after George Lucas.
Yeah, Sylvester Stallone would be a great one. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, so it'd go George Lucas, Sylvester Stallone.
Tupac would be interesting, 100%.
Probably.
Neil deGrasse Tyson. What, do you want to get interrupted all dinner? I don't know about that. Rogan? Yeah, Rogan would be great to just dinner.
Yeah, I'd chill with Rogan. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Will Smith, if he promises not to slap you.
Man, I think he's just going through a really hard time in life.
100%.
You're really a product of the company you keep, and I think his personal life is just he's gotta set himself free, bro.
Mm-hmm.
He's choking on his own umbilical cord.
Yeah. Dream dinner in order: Julius Caesar, Kobe, Daddy Donald, my dad after he comes home with the milk. Theory: Elon Musk.
Oh, cool, man.
That's a pretty good list, David. I gotta say.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate that.
Kobe would be a great dinner too, but I feel like Kobe is the kind of dinner that you walk away from and you're like, I am such a piece of shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, how do you walk away from a dinner with Kobe Bryant feeling adequate?
Right.
Do you know what I mean? He's probably dribbling under the table and shit, and just like he's like, you always
while like donating to charity. Wow.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that would be wild. But yeah, R.I.P. man. He was a legend for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Fat Jimmy Neutron. Oh, Fat Naked Jimmy Neutron. Sorry. It says Dream Dinners, Brett Cooper, aka Future Wife, George Lucas, Matt Stone, Trey Parker. That'd be cool. Bill Burr would probably be good. And David Goggins. Dude, no, David Goggins would be worse than Kobe. David Goggins would be like, do some push-ups right now. Push-up contest in the middle of dinner. And you fucking pussy. You know what I mean? Like,
yo, why are you not working out right now? Why are we even here? What is this? Why are we not training? We need to go run right now. I want you to run circles around the restaurant until you can't run anymore. Come inside, get a drink of water, puke the water out, go back and run. God damn it, you're being too soft on yourself.
Take this dinner and put it in a napkin, smash it up, and swallow it whole so that you can save time. Time is money. Get your ass out there and be fucking. It'd just be like too much, bro. Too much. You know what? I'd love to see a really cool pairing. Would be like him and Snoop Dogg. Like, I just want to see them have like a debate. You know what I mean? Like Goggins would like have like all these like things, like talking about all this other stuff, and Snoop would be like, yeah, but have you ever just sat back and rolled one up? You know?
Yeah.
It'd be very interesting to see their like life experiences and their perspectives kind of juxtaposed.
It's all preference, man. It's all how you want to spend your time on this rock.
Yeah, 100%. Like I used to really idolize people like Goggins. And I used to think like, man, people should be like that. I should be like that. Yeah. And then like, I don't know. My perspective definitely shifted where it's like, oh man, different strokes, different folks. Like, you gotta, you should sort of operate in a space that is kind of conducive to what sets you on fire. And if what sets you on fire is like sitting on the couch watching dope shit, do that.
Hey, I just want to see something in chat. If you like Gary V, type 1. If you despise him, can't stand him, type 2.
That's interesting. That's an interesting one.
We'll see what chat says.
What do you think about old Gary V?
I don't like him.
Any particular reason why?
We can go into that in another video. I just, he's obviously helped a lot of people. So, to some people, he's very beneficial. But I just feel like I had a little phase where I like really was buying everything he was saying. But I just feel like I don't know, bro. I just feel like it's a lot of fugazi. It's a lot of hot air. It's a lot of, you need to be doing this right now. You need to work on your social media presence. Everybody can work on their social media. You need to be, it's like, dude, not everyone needs a goddamn TikTok. Not everybody needs a social media presence. Like, there's so much more that you could be doing. It's like, you need to do this. I hate people that just like tell you have to do this or this or this. And I feel like he doesn't do that all the time. But back when I used to watch him, I eventually got so tired of it. And I'm just like, this guy's living in absolutes. Like, I think
that's fair. It's kind of interesting because, like, when around the time when I sort of idolized people like Goggins, I did idolize people like Gary as well. And I just thought, like, again, that
man, I had that too.
Yeah. And I think that really what it comes down to is just admiring people that are like pretty authentic in like their energy and the way that they live life. But like, it kind of, to me, is a little bit more like Alan Watts. Have you ever listened to Alan Watts or like watch any of his lectures or whatever?
No.
So he's like like a Zen master, and he would just talk a lot about like a lot of different things. But one of the things that I thought was so interesting is like he was sort of questioned one time as far as like, should I do yoga, or like, do you think people should do yoga? And he said no. He's like, no, it's absolutely pointless. And then everybody was like, well, why do you do it then? And he's like, just because it's a groovy thing to do. You know what I mean? It's like just literally that. Like, it's just kind of like being or like living authentic, or there's all sorts of ways where, like, if you've ever like go really deep, if anybody's ever read any Heidegger, it's about like Dasein and like your Dasein and like, being alive and present. But that looks different, I think, to many different people. You know what I mean? And I think you got to figure out what that is for you. But I think a person like Gary or a person like David can be a useful signpost along the journey of life, but they shouldn't be how you choose to walk forever. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, it's great that they're very successful. They're much more successful than I am, tenfold in terms of money.
Sure.
But I'm good. I'm happy with my life. I'm really happy with what I've done with myself, and I owe it to everybody that watches my videos. And I do feel that everything in life has a plan, in a sense. I mean, like, how the heck would I have known that all those years of like, just not being a popular kid, or not having friends, not being invited to the parties and going home and really finding my interest and my preference to be reading Star Wars comics and books and talking about Star Wars on forums and watching the movies over and over again and really analyzing it and daydreaming about it, coming up with different fan fictions in my head and talking with other nerds online about it, would end up, it was like a training for my channel now. It's like you never would think of that like 20 years ago, right? It's like, you just
even if you did, you probably would have fucked it up. Like, if you would have had a plan to do all of this, it wouldn't have happened the same way. No, do you know what I mean?
Organic,
so
right?
Yeah. So no, I agree. So what's interesting about that is like it kind of gets into a question of like free will, because like how much of that do you think was really your choice?
What?
Like your path, the path of all those things that you happen to be interested in Star Wars. You happen to be living at a time,
I think there's so many things in life that you won't see right now that will come in handy maybe like 10 years from now or 20 years from now or 30 years from now. There's no, everyone has a different time where they find out what they want to do. And they apply all the things that they've learned in life to that. But you just got to enjoy the journey and kind of like dance.
Yeah, no, I think that's fully appropriate. I love the dancing idea, because I think it's like that, just kind of, kind of moving and being in motion. Yeah, it's kind of something that for me later in life and where I'm at now, because I used to think, man, like that, like I was really deliberate, and that like all of these things were really purposeful or, that I was making this kind of stuff happen. But like really when you're a little bit more removed from it, you start to realize that like maybe part of it is that, but a lot of things fell into place. Like a lot of things just happened and there was so much that happened that I didn't control. Do you know what I mean? Like even meeting you, right? Like you think about that sometimes, like, like meeting, like if you think about the path of, like me meeting Mark and like doing the show with Mark, right? And then him not stepping away and then all these little things with you and I.
Me doing the show with Mark, like that was such a foreign concept to me of like me doing a live show every Monday at 5. I'm like, he pitched me that when he was working at Collider and I was like, I don't know, man, if I can commit to that because I was just so into my own thing. I was just doing my videos, like, and that's, one thing I like about my life is that no one tells me when to wake up or when to go to bed. No one tells me, what report to have done by this time, or I literally wake up and I do what I want whenever I want. I just so happen to choose to work. I'd say 90% of my day, 80% of my day. So when Mark asked me that, I was like, I don't know if I can take time away from doing content. I don't know, because I didn't want the like expectation of showing up every Monday because I didn't know what to expect. So we kept doing the show and it was a blast. I had such a fun time of just like talking Star Wars and not having to make like a script or something and edit it. And then when he stepped away, he pointed me towards you, and I'm like, well, I guess that's the end of Rule of Two. And he's like, no, man, go do your own thing. Like, continue the show. Here's this guy. He can step in. And he was like, how about Josh from Den of Nerds? I'm like, who's that? And I didn't trust anyone. I'm like, I don't know anything about him. Like, how do you know him? He's like, he seems like a good guy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay. He's like, you can give it a shot. If you don't like him, you don't have to do the show. And here we are years later,
I know. And it's just like, really and truly, it's just, there's a lot that we don't control, and that's okay.
If I said no to him, man, like we wouldn't be
here. 100%. Yeah. It's like, and I feel like, there's just so much that we really don't control. And it's like, I think you should focus on obviously what you can control as far as like what actions you take, but you really got to just be open to possibilities and changes and things of that nature. And, life's a crazy journey, bro, So
I agree, man. Just, you never know what life has in store for you guys. So just enjoy life day by day, and 10 years, you'll be somewhere else.
Yeah.
And 10 years after that, somewhere else.
And the thing is, none of us get out of this alive. That's the other thing, so just try to chill with it.
Just enjoy time here while you have it,
100%.
Like a panther.